Welcome back everyone to my channel. Today is day 2 of our week 3 program. Retake that. Welcome back everyone to my channel. Today is day 2 of week 3. We are doing conventional deadlifts, working up to a top set of 5. And then we're going to go into pause conventional deadlifts for our back offs. My wrist is still bugging me a bit, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do. I think I may stick with the overhand grip because it's the most comfortable for me right now, especially for a pause, but that's all right because we want to go a bit lower for those paused reps just so we can get a more comfortable feel and get that work in a bit better. After that, we're going to do the double paused comp grip bench press. We have 5 sets of that, and that will conclude the day. I'll go to the gym later to do my pull accessories. So just reading some of my coach's comments. Nothing really to work on other than just he told me to work up to a pain level of 2 out of 10 on my deadlifts because we do not want to injure this early in. I'd much rather stay light, stay more consistent with my form rather than going heavy and then just ruining my wrist. So we'll warm up, see how we're feeling, but there's probably going to be a light deadlift day once again because of my wrist. Nothing too heavy. And then some light back offs with the paused deadlifts to really work on those hamstrings. So let's get warmed up. Let's get the blood flowing, heart going, and yeah. All right, so warm-up sets are done. My wrist is giving me a bit of pain, I'm not gonna lie. So I looked at last week and it was 165 that I put on the bar for my top 5, which I remember did not go too well. So I have here 150. I'm going to keep it here just because I'd much rather just work on my form than work on my strength at the moment, because we're in the volume block. We do not want to push ourselves, especially with an injury. So I have 150 on the bar, kgs, and we're going to hit this for a top 5, and then I'll strip about 50, go down to like 100 maybe do 120, and do that for my paused reps and see how we're feeling after those. I do not want to push myself too much. I'd much rather just focus solely on my form. And once that form is correct and my wrist has been healed, then we'll get stronger. We'll get better at deadlifting. Form is key. If we can perfect form, the weight follows. So take it slow, hit this for 5, and then we can back off. We'll see how we feel after the 5, depending if I want to go down to 100 or do 120 kgs. That will be dependent after this set. I'm going to grab my belt, put some chalk on, hit this top set of 5, and then, yeah, go from there. Woo. All right, top set is done. Honestly, felt really good. The wrist didn't hurt as much. Definitely felt it though, which is a concern. But I think the belt and the chalk helped a lot. The belt really took a load off of kind of like my grip in a sense. I was using my back a lot more, and I just felt really tight, and it felt good. I think that was a really good weight to be at for that top set. Yes, it was light. It was like a 3 RPE, right? But at the same time, it's not too bad for right now. I'm not too upset. This happened to me for a reason, I believe at least. The rest has stayed there just so I can warm up to it. So I'm not killing myself on these deadlifts, right? Because if this wrist wasn't here, I'd probably be loading up this bar max weight as much as I can. I love deadlifts, and I believe they're one of my strong suits. It's like deadlift, then squat, and then bench is like down in the dumps. But we're working on it. We're getting better. Yesterday I felt a lot more confident on my bench press. Today we'll see how the 2-point pauses are. But honestly, those deadlifts felt good. So we stripped it down. I have 122.5 on the bar. We'll see how this feels. Again, we're doing that paused deadlift, and we have, I believe, 3 sets. So this should be good. Just want to take a moment before I hit these. I'm gonna come here, just get a little more relaxed. Take a moment to kind of just talk to you guys. Because once I get into my bench session, I'm usually like go, go, go. Like I just need to get it over with because I don't love it. So if I just do it and I focus on it, it's solid, and I can get a lot better at my bench when I'm like that, rather than, I don't know. If I take too long on my rest during bench, I don't want to go back to benching. So I kind of just get it over with. But for right now, I just wanted to take this time to kind of talk to you guys and say what's up in a sense. Today I actually worked, and I did Coach A for the very first time. So at F45, if any of you know it or don't know it, I will explain. F45 is a functional training gym, group classes, And usually there's about 2 to 3 trainers in the group classes, right? So there's like the manager on duty, and then there's Coach A and Coach B. So I'm usually Coach B. I've just started working, so basically Coach B demonstrates the exercises and goes through the workouts and then leads the stretches at the start. And then also leads the stretches for the cool down. Coach A is like the intro person, gets the room hyped up, ready, says the announcements, basically explains all the workouts, like what you're doing for today, what the exercises are. So as Coach B is demonstrating, Coach A is there kind of talking you through the exercise, saying why we're doing this, what muscle group this is hitting, and just some like points that you should be hitting and thinking about while doing the exercise. So if you don't know me, I'm a very reserved, shy person, I would say. I am very talkative if you know me and I get comfortable with you and you start asking me questions or whatnot. But for the most part, I'm a very reserved person in the sense that, like, when I go places, I turn myself down. Like, if I'm comfortable with you and I'm around you and we're hanging out, then like I'm up to like an 8, a 10, and I'm myself and I'm like jumping around, bouncing off walls and high energy, and I'm talkative and I crack jokes. Even though they're not funny, I find them hilarious half the time and I'm laughing at my own jokes and I just have a good time. But if I go to a place by myself, or if it's like for work or something, I'm very reserved in the sense that I kind of read the room and I have to like get to know kind of how everyone is. And then I'll mask in a sense of I'll just match what you're doing and your energy. So it's a bit difficult for me to get going at first, but I finally broke out of my shell and did Coach A, which it seems terrifying if you don't do it. Like for me, it's just terrifying. But then my manager was like, "You want to do Coach A, sorry?" And I'm like, maybe if you give me more notice. And then she goes, "Well, all right, we'll do next week." And I said, "Okay." Right? Thinking next week is fine. That's good notice. Mentally prepare myself all week. And then she says, "Do you want to work this afternoon?" And I said, "Sure. Why not? More hours for me, more pay, and get more comfortable just coaching." And then I was thinking, and I'm like, damn, I should just do Coach A. So I talked to her, and I'm like, "I'm coming in this afternoon. Can I just do Coach A? That's enough time for me to go home." So I worked like 5:45 until 8, and then I went home and I came back for 11:45 and I did Coach A. And honestly, it wasn't that bad, mainly because like the people there that work out are so friendly and so nice, and it's just such a great community. And they like encouraged me and they all like told me like, "Good job, like well done, well spoken. It's first time. Like how was it?" And I'm like, "It was nerve-wracking. I was terrified." I like messed up just a little bit and I paused and forgot what I was saying. But that happens to me. And you know what? I did it and I tried and I ripped the Band-Aid off. And at the end of the day, I'm proud of myself for doing that because I was hemming and hawing and I was like, do I really want to do this? And I just had to throw myself in there. And you get this feeling that you know you have to do something and you just don't want to do it because it just seems so scary. But you're like, I know it will make my life better. It will break open that shell. So I did it. And I'm happy to say that I actually did an okay job. Yeah, some of the explanations that I was doing was choppy and I forgot what I was saying half the time. But honestly, I got the main points down and I think I did a good job. My manager said I did a good job. So at the end of the day, I think I did a good job for my very first time. Yes, lots of improvement, lots of areas that I can improve on and I want to improve on. So we'll see what happens. But I ripped the Band-Aid off. So now we just got to keep rolling with the punches and hopefully just keep being Coach A, which is scary and nerve-wracking. And I knew this was going to happen, but like, it's just so much easier to be Coach B and just demonstrate, lift, and then do the stretches. But for Coach A, it's like there's no script, there's nothing, and you gotta like really lock in and just show your knowledge. But you second guess yourself, and then like people are looking at you. And for me, I focus on my mistakes rather than my like successes in a sense. So when I make a mistake, I'm like, oh shit, I made a mistake. Everyone's gonna judge me for that. But no one cares. At the end of the day, they all went home after the workout and no one even remembers what I said, how it went. And if they do, well, then they're thinking of me. So, hey, it's not too bad, I don't think. If you I don't know, if you don't really have a lot going on in your life and I keep you going, I keep your day going by you thinking of my mistakes, hey man, at the end of the day, if that's what helps you get through life, that's what helps you get through life. Everyone makes mistakes. And if we focus on the mistakes, then we'll just push ourselves down. But I think from my perspective and for my first time, there was less mistakes than there were positives. So I'm just trying to focus on the positives. And yeah, roll with those punches. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I'm excited and I was happy for that because, I don't know, I enjoy growing. I enjoy progressing in life in a sense. And yeah, it gets tiring and hard, but that's life. Like, that's the best part of life. Life's crazy. Life is insane. But at the end of the day, we all get through it. And that's the crazier part. Is like, even when you don't think you're gonna get through life, you think like, oh my, these hard parts, like, and you don't even do it. And like for me, for example, I was thinking of Coach A, like, oh no, it looks so hard, I'm gonna mess up. I dislike public speaking, I'm not good at it, blah blah blah. And then I did it, and I'm like, okay, I was like 30 seconds to a minute of talking, more than that, but like, it's not that big of a deal. And at the end of the day, you mess up, you're human. That's okay. But I think I have a lot to offer when it comes to fitness. So I'm trying to share my knowledge. And I think that's a good first step. So yeah, you just have to dive into those things that are hard. You have this feeling of, oh, I should do this. So just do it. Who cares? At the end of the day, you're bound to mess up. Even when you've been doing something. Like for me in powerlifting, I've been doing it for years. Like 2 years, right? But I've been lifting weights for a lot longer. And there's still so many things that I need to tweak, that I mess up on, that I can do better. And that is just life. That's the beauty of life. You know how boring it would be if you were just like, you just walk through life with no mistakes, with nothing. You were just like, yeah, I'm the best at everything and anything that I do and I touch. And everything goes well and everything goes right. And there's no downs, there's no ups. You're just flat. And what I like to say is, if you're just flat, then you're dead. Because for me, a heartbeat goes like this. Right? And if a heartbeat does that, that's reflective on my life. When a heartbeat is going like, right? Yeah, you're dead. So, you know you're going through life. You know you're living when there's ups and downs, when there's hard times, and when there's times where you feel like you're on top of the mountain, but that is life at the end of the day. Count your blessings. Be thankful and grateful you woke up, and just get through the day. Like, we woke up. We woke up. Like, it is crazy. There's so many people out there that didn't wake up today, that didn't get so lucky. And I was talking to my little brother, and for me, I believe that there is another life after this one, in a sense of not another like, oh, I have my body, but my soul, right? And my soul goes to a higher place. I'm not too sure. I don't know what I believe, like how it will look, how it will feel, but I believe that there is more than just life on earth. My little brother then said, but have you ever thought about it just being darkness and black? And it's just like you go to sleep, you have no dreams, and you just don't wake up. And I said, yeah, I have. I've thought about that a lot. And it sounds like that is a depressing kind of like thought to have, is like there's nothing after this life. It's just black darkness. But if you believe that, then that means the only thing that will ever matter is the time that we have here. The only thing that we should worry about is what we're doing with our time on this earth. If you really believe that there is nothing after this, then the only thing that will ever matter to you will be what you have achieved on earth. And yeah, for me, I believe that there's a higher power, that there is more, there is life after death, but I believe that it all starts here. We only get one chance on earth. I believe that fully. And that's kind of what drives me to pursue the filming, pursue the weightlifting, is because, like, I don't know. For me, I believe we only get one shot here on earth. And if I'm going to make this one shot matter, I want to do it the way I want to do it. I want to live my life the way I want to live my life, in a sense. And yeah, that's selfish to say, but the way I want to live my life is selflessly. I want to give back. I want to help others. I want to spend time with my family, my friends. I want to do things that I enjoy. I don't want to get a 9-to-5 job and just marry some random girl and have kids and then hate my life. I don't want that. I don't know. I just see a lot of people in society that like go through that, or they say like, I don't want to be in a relationship. It's too scary. And I get that. It is scary. I recently just broke things off with a girl because I found out that she was lying and hiding things from me. And that's scary because the things she was hiding from me were my worst fears in a relationship. And that's scary. And I'm not too sure how I'm going to react when the next girl comes around. But I'm hoping that next girl is my wifey. I've been praying that it's my wifey so that I feel more comfortable. I feel more relaxed within the relationship, that she actually adds something to my life. I don't want another just random relationship. I'm looking for my wifey. At the end of the day, I want a wife. I want a kid. I want multiple kids. I want multiple animals. I want to live a life for others. So, at the end of the day, to sum things up for you, live your life like either you won't wake up tomorrow, or this is the only time that you have on earth to spend, and live your life for God and other people. That's my opinion. That's what I have found has improved my life drastically. Like, I used to be down in the dumps. And don't get me wrong, I have my days, but there are more days now that I am in a better mood than I have ever had. Enough of the ranting, enough of the talking. Let's get into these last final sets. Again, we're doing, I believe, 3 sets of our pause deadlifts, and then we'll get into that bench press. All right, so we got the bench set up, finished off our deadlifts, which we're feeling pretty good. I'm feeling strong. I know that the weight is light because of my wrist, but I'm still feeling good, and I can really just feel my muscles being activated through the lift. It is it's not an easy movement. I would say like that's probably one of the harder ones, just because it is like a full body movement, especially like using your grip strength and all of that, your back, your hamstrings, your glutes, firing through, like starting with your feet. It's like, yeah, all of the movements are full body movements in a sense, but I think deadlifts and squats are one of the harder ones. But I guess for me, that's kind of ironic because bench is my weakest. I don't think bench is like the hardest movement, but it's one that I neglected for a while, so it is my weakest movement. I just kind of have to keep doing it and I'll get better at it. With that being said, I'll get into these working sets. So I got to warm up for my bench. But after the warm up, it is 5 sets of 4 reps with the double paused. So I was reading my coach's notes, and he basically said just to go a bit lower on that double pause. I was pausing a bit higher, so I'll move down about like an inch and see how that feels. But other than that, yeah, deadlifts are feeling good. Get into this bench session, and that will be the end of the video. Once again, if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed my little rant there, my little talk, my little speech, whatever it is that you might call it. It's how I roll. I talk a lot, especially when I have the opportunity to talk, I guess. It's something that like I enjoy doing. I enjoy talking about my thoughts, but most of the time I don't really get to. It either gets cut off or I realize people aren't actually listening, so I stop talking. But with that being said, when I'm in front of a camera and I got a mic, the camera is always listening because the mic's here. Yeah, and I'm listening. So at the end of the day, I don't really care who watches this, who listens to it, because like I said yesterday, even if one person listens and watches and it affects their life in a positive way, I'm happy. That's way better than getting a million views with no one actually listening and no one having a positive effect. I'd much rather one view with that person getting that positive effect. So hopefully you enjoyed. Maybe you're that person watching right now that's like, yeah, you know what? He affected my life. Let me get up and start doing something. Start working towards my goals. Right? That would be the best thing to me. But yeah, let's get into these bench sets. And let's wrap up this video. My camera is dying, so let's do this. Well, guys, that concludes our workout for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot to me if you hit that subscribe button, or even if you just like it or comment something. Thank you, and I hope you have an amazing Tuesday or an amazing day, whichever day you're watching this on. Peace.